And we are going to work on the next instrument, and that is the snare. And also the snare has has two microphones. Snare bot and the snare top. And you can actually already hear that there's a lot of phasing going on here. So I am going to use the phase button on one of them. Let's use it on the bot one, shall we? Let's see what happens. Can you guys hear that? It's not much, but it definitely makes an important change. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to turn one off for now. And I'm going to work on my snare top first. Well, the snare top basically is the thumb part of the snare. The butt, that's where the strings are. So we gotta treat it as such. Snare top. First of all, we of course going to use our low cuts, and I will turn on the view of the EQ that you can actually see where it's what it's doing. So here it is, and well, there we go. And as you can see, there's almost nothing going on right here. You can with a snare, you can actually use a low cut till around 125, 130, somewhere there. Well, I'm gonna use 128, fine. Okay, and I can copy this already to my snare bot. Takes away a lot of noise. Okay, well, then we have the next area. We are going to try to make our little snare drum sound as pretty as possible. Well, let's see how we can do that with our EQ, shall we? I wanted to have a little bit more oomph, so I am going to add a little low to it. Let's see where it brings us. Oh, I don't hear a lot, so I am going to search a bit. And I'm gonna see where I'm gonna turn the EQ minimum, and there we are. Okay, well, this sounds like shit, of course, so we're now gonna open the queue. And I'm going to leave the highs as it was. You can see it as a minimalistic thing, but I like to stay away from the areas that don't need changing. So next up is our gate. I will zoom in on the screen again. Next, I'm gonna turn up the compressor. And here I am going to use quite some makeup gain. Makeup gain, but make sure it doesn't go. And of course this sounds pretty shitty again. Let's see what it does with the overpass. Okay, does an okay job. Yeah. Okay, so I got my low cut, I got my gate, I got my compressor, I got my EQ, I got everything here right now. So it's time for the next one, the snare bot. As you can hear, this one sounds completely different. Already done the low cut. Let's see what we have here. Well, I'm gonna leave this one alone. Not necessary. Just that you have your tool, just because you have your tools doesn't mean you have to use them. I mean, I don't like the sound of the snare bot right now, but there is also there was also a microphone choice and a placement thing. So if it doesn't sound nice naturally, then there isn't a lot you can do. I can add stuff, I can remove stuff, but it will still sound shitty. And we use what we have. So, time for the gate. Gate, time to turn it on. Do we want a compressor? I don't know. Do we? Compressor is not necessary. Well, maybe a little bit to add some makeup gain here. And now let's add them together and see what we have. Turning it off and combining them. So now I'm going to add the kick and see how they combine. A little bit less of the kick. Okay, I'm still not happy with the snare top, so I am going. There we are. Okay, Well, this must sound really weird, of course, and that is because, of course, it does. So let's see what we have when we combine the overheads. It suddenly sounds a lot more natural, doesn't it? Okay, so we're done with the snare and the kick for now.